Although if it can still hear me from back here, I'm way back here in the trees. That's absolutely insane. What's up, everybody? On today's show, we're taking a look at some brand new microphones from Comica. These are called the Vimo C. They were just released on December 5th. I've had them for a few weeks now, and I've got to say, I'm really genuinely impressed with these little mics. First and foremost, the most obvious thing is sound quality. The sound quality on these mics is absolutely amazing. And part of the reason for that is Vimo C actually uses condenser capsules with 48 kilohertz 24-bit sampling rate that delivers lossless hi-fi sound. And on top of that, these things are compatible with everything. You know, I'm using them on a mirrorless camera like this Sony ZV-E10. Later in the video, I'm using them on a GoPro Hero 9. But also, these work just as well if you're using them with a computer or a phone. Another nice aspect of these is they give you real-time monitoring. You know, you can actually use that little receiver on the top with headphones to monitor your audio. That's a cool feature, and I really like that. You know, there's also a safety mode where it records to two separate tracks, where one track is at a normal volume and the other track is a little bit lower. So if at some point your audio actually peaks, you've got that lower track that you can fall back on and have clean audio from that. And that's one of the reasons why I've been using these every single day ever since I got them. These mics also give you 4-way audio control plus a mute button. For example, if I just click this, once I click it back, you know, now the audio is back to normal. So that's a cool feature. There's actually 3 different versions of these mics. The first version comes with just one transmitter and a receiver. Second version comes with 2 transmitters and a receiver. And then the third version, which I'm using here, comes with 2 transmitters, a receiver, and a charging case. That charging case is such a game changer. You know, it's funny, I got these mics back in November. I have not charged them once since I received them. Like, I just opened these straight out of the package and started using them. These have really impressive battery life. The other thing that I absolutely love about these mics is the range is genuinely impressive. They're rated up to 200 meters and it works. Here, let's take a walk. Okay, at this point, I'm now, however far away this is, the cameras are way over there. The NEX5R probably doesn't even see me because it's pointing that way. ZV-E10 is right there. Okay, still walking, still talking, and make sure I'm in line with the cameras. Heading back a little bit further. Go back to the... How about now? Are the mics still picking me up? I'm standing all the way back here by these trees. And to give you an idea of how far I am, let me just film this real quick on my phone. Those are the cameras. Those 2 little things right there. That's where the cameras are. Even way back here, the sound quality is still genuinely good on these mics. But having said that, I'm just curious, so I want to do a test just for me personally. I'm going to start walking into these trees and see if the obstruction of the trees causes it to start cutting out. Okay, so walking back. There's starting to be trees beside line of sight. How about if I go behind the trees here where you can kind of see me? Is the audio still picking me up? That's really far away. I can't imagine that this is picking me up. Although if it can still hear me from back here, I'm way back here in the trees. That's absolutely insane. Like, I don't think the cameras even see me at this point here. Okay, now, see where the cameras are right there. That's way, way far away. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and come back. Oh, I found a golf ball. Okay, we switched over to the GoPro Hero 9, but we're still using the Vimo C mics. It's a pretty typical use case scenario for me, like whenever I film these walk and talk videos around the neighborhood. It's a little after 5 o'clock, so there is like a bunch of traffic noise. Right now what you're hearing is the mics just in their regular mode. How does this sound? Okay, now same location, but we've got the mics in noise cancellation mode. How does this sound? Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check. Do you notice a big difference in this? Does it sound good? Does it sound bad? Here's that exact same thing, but just with the GoPro mics themselves. This is GoPro's onboard mics. Can you even hear me? Oh, by the way, I am using the media mod, so it's using the little shotgun mic that's on the media mod. How does this sound compared to the other? Okay, and now we're back to just the mics again, but in their regular mode. Same amount of traffic, same amount of cars going by. How does this actually sound? I'm guessing that with noise cancellation on, it probably did a pretty good job of getting rid of all those cars, but I don't know how the actual audio itself sounds. I don't know if it sounds like a little bit robotic or if it sounds, or maybe even kind of muffled or something. I'm not sure. I need to actually hear it on the computer. But yeah, here we are just back to the regular mics in a crowded place with a GoPro. And speaking of action cameras, for anyone who's curious, these mics actually are compatible with Insta360 X3. You know, the X3 was obviously designed with Rode Wireless Go in mind, but these are way, way smaller than Rode Wireless Go. You know, not just smaller in the obvious sense, like from the head-on profile where, you know, these are like the size of your finger, where in a Rode Wireless Go is a big square. You know, it's turned sideways where it actually counts. I mean, that's what Insta360 is actually using to make it invisible. That sideways profile, these are actually thinner than Rode Wireless Go too. So when you have these on something like an X3, it's so easy to hide those in the stitch line to where you don't see it at all. It's just completely invisible. So that's another reason you might want to check out these mics. And speaking of Rode Wireless Go, that was the first set of wireless mics that I bought a few years ago. I paid $200. I got one transmitter, one receiver, and that was basically it. It kind of takes me back to my original point of these mics are just such a great value. You know, you're getting two transmitters, a receiver, and a charging case, all for $139. I mean, that price is just crazy. Oh, one more thing too before I go. I was a little bit concerned when I first got these because the transmitters don't have an input for a lav mic, which, you know, I've always used wireless mics, but I use them with a lav mic. I will say I have adjusted so quickly to not using a lav mic and just using these mics by themselves. I don't know why. I mean, it sounds funny because it's only one extra step, you know, plugging in the lav mic, putting it under your shirt, clipping it on, and then you're good to go. For some reason, that compared to just throwing these on, it feels like I'm saving 25 minutes in my setup time, which isn't true, but that's what it feels like. You know, it's so funny. I guess part of that is just psychologically because the second you open the charging case and you take these mics out, they both just turn themselves on and they both connect immediately. And so there's literally no work for you to do. They're just ready to go right away. I guess that's what kind of adds to that feeling that these are just so much quicker and easier to use. But yeah, having said that, I've used these for about a month now. I genuinely love the audio quality from these. I genuinely love the ease of use. I love the size. I love the form factor. I've been very impressed with these. So if you guys are curious, you know, I'll have these linked in the description below. I'll link to Comica's Amazon store and you can check those out there. Anyway, I think that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.